not knowing if there's going to be things on the shelves for us to buy, to even make. And now with everyone talking about food shortages, and it's just crazy, and there's famines going on, and weather has been crazy, and it has just made a big difference. Hi, I'm Brooke, and this is my husband Rob, and our oldest Jason, and our baby Eli. And we are Seeds to Sanctuary. Thanks for joining. All right, good morning. Oh my goodness, look at this hair. But my new bulk freezer just got in, and well, not just. It got in here 2 days ago. It arrived 2 days ago. Let's go fill it up. So my goal today is to buy at least $300 worth of meat to put in the freezer. The one thing I've learned from the whole 2020 scene is not to be caught without. Do your best to make sure that you have things, because it's not guaranteed to have it in the store anymore. So let's go fill up that freezer. As I'm editing this, I can't even remember what the prices really were before all of this inflation. Changed and are a big difference, but the actual prices just seem so distant to me, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. What about you? It kind of feels like a time warp to me. Time is still moving so fast, but it feels like things were just yesterday. Alrighty, so I think we got everything for this trip. And also, I got these bags of garlic because I figured it's the same thing as what you use to plant. It's hardneck. So I'm going to try to break these apart and plant these this fall. They're only $5 a bag, so for $10 instead of $40 to $50 for what I was going to buy. Well, no, that's pretty awesome feeling. Pretty awesome. So with all this stuff and everything I'm growing in the garden, we should be good for about 6 months. I do need to get a few more things, but pretty happy. And of course, this was not on the list. But I've been so busy with gardening and preserving and getting the boys ready for school that I haven't yet decorated my front porch. I missed all the holidays in the summer. So let's try out fall. Okay guys, so this is our haul. We got 4 whole chickens. We got 2 things of big thick cut pork chops. We got a beef steak seasoned, and I also thought I'd get some of these and then I can pound them out for Swiss steak and stuff. And ground turkey, 20 pounds, actually it's 22 pounds of ground beef. We have pot roast, chicken thighs, chicken breast, chicken tenders, sausage patties, bacon, turkey sliced that's my haul. All right, now that we got it all, what am I gonna do with all of it besides put it in the freezer? I need to break it down into our individual family servings before I put it in the freezer. But I'm pretty proud of this. Yay! Right, now the hard part. Not necessarily hard, but the part where none of us really want to do it because who really likes to touch meat? Ugh, not me. I told my husband if meat didn't taste so good, I would be a vegetarian because touching it to cook it and prepare it grosses me out. So what I'm going to start off with first, and I want to move kind of fast because, of course, the stuff needs to stay cold. And I don't want any bacteria to grow. So we're going to start off with our 21 to 22 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to break this up into visual 1 pound sections. And what I thought would make it a lot easier is if I get a sharp knife and just cut it down and then put it in my processing bags. So let's get started. First things first, I am going to sanitize my station, and I'm also going to use this to put everything on top just for an extra measure. So let's get our good old Clorox out. And I need tips on how to keep your cats off your counters. I am forever scrubbing my counters down because they jump on my counters. And what started that was a bad habit that I shouldn't have done. But I put their food bowls on the table because my dog kept eating their food, and that's not good for my dog either, Molly, because it's just full of fillers that will not give her the right nutrients. So, yeah, might be a problem. But anyway, spread out our sheet. Okay, so we got my nice sharp knife, and like I told you, I am going to cut this in proportional sizes. So this has 9.64. I do not have a scale. That would probably be the proper way to do it, but you know, just gotta do it. So I'm gonna go to like right here, and I'm gonna cut down. Then I'm gonna go in and cut it. Now that I have it cut into my proportions, I am going to put it in my sealer. Okay, so now that I have my vacuum sealer all set up, I'm going to fill up some bags here. And now that our bag has a seal, I'm just going to place each approximate pound into these bags. And I will tell you that I like to smash it some. It just makes it easier for freezing if it's flat, you know. And then I'm going to put it through my sealer. So make sure that when you put it in, you have it lined up. Put it down, lock it in, and this is moist, so make sure you switch your mode to moist. And then you are going to push back and seal. So now it's sealing, and now it's done. So when we pull this out, we want to make sure that there's a nice seal. I like to do a double seal just to make sure everything is nice and sealed up. So seal only. And then I am going to finish up the rest of this, and then we'll get to the next one. Got to seal it. Told you. Days in the kitchen with Brooke, right? So hopefully you all are having a really good week, and I know your kids are having a good week at school too. And if you're homeschooling, I'm praying for you, mamas. It was little nightmarish for me to homeschool. I don't think I ever want to do it again. I've never appreciated teachers more than I do right now. So if you're a teacher, shout out to you. You are truly My best friend, and you don't even know it. And like I said, using a scale will be more proficient, but I am one of those that doesn't really use recipes. I've always been a sight and taste kind of cooker, and if there's any left over, it's gonna go right in the freezer anyway to make my life easier the next time. So I'm not necessarily worried about it being exact pounds and stuff. Okay, now that we have our 21 pounds of ground beef sealed up, vacuumed up, we're gonna put all of this in the freezer and then get to our strip steaks, which I like to pound out and make like your country gravy and then pour it over top. You know, it's just Swiss steak. It makes a good meal. So much more to do. So I'm gonna keep going. Not check. Hey, let's do the strip steaks. I think it's gonna be easier this time to pre-cut some of these bags. Just help speed along the time, because before you know it, my babies will be home from school. So I'm gonna seal that up just so there's no cross-contamination, because we do not want anyone getting sick off of all this food that we're preparing. So I'm just going to put 4 in each pack. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I can seal it. And when you don't pay attention, Brooke Michelle, you seal it up before you vacuum all the air out. You don't want to do that. So these are already pre-sealed, and I'm going to put 2 portions in here. And then I think the only other red meat that I need to do is our chuck roast. Make sure you stay tuned for my next upload. I'm going to be doing a new soup every week in September, calling it Souptember. Sounds cute to me. So look how well that works. Gets it all nice and sealed up, and be fresh, and you can keep it in your freezer for over a year. Rob and I have been waiting to get to this point where we can stock up our freezer with meat, and I don't know, I just felt really blessed by it. I know you guys hear me say that a lot, but I truly mean it when I say it. We went through some hard times, and we are out of it and shining brighter, and I'm grateful for that too. Ugh, but meat, it truly is so nasty. It's one of the handiest tools my husband has bought me. I will say that. I love it. For our chuck roast, I am going to use the larger bags for this, because they are hefty boys here. They will make quite a few good meals out of them. I'll cook it all someday. We'll have our own little cow. But for right now, we're buying someone else's. And I would love to support local farmers. So if you are in my area, Northeast Ohio, and you sell products, please let us know about it. Drop a comment. I'd love to give you our money instead of the big box stores. Okay, so I took a little bit of time, washed up my hands, got my new workspace all cleaned up and sanitized, and we are going to move on to the pork. So I bought a total of 14 pork chops, and this one was on sale. So we're going to vacuum seal up that now next. Props to you butchers out there, because ugh, it's gross. We just got the pork chops all done. They're all sealed up, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 meals of pork chops right here. Okay, let's talk chicken. I'm not sure exactly how many strips are here, but it says that there is 5.9, so almost 6 pounds of chicken tenderloins here. Thinking, oh, we should at least get a good 10 meals out of this. So let's vacuum that up too. So I've decided to put a total of 8 chicken strips in each one of these bags, because that's 2 a piece for us, and we're a side dish kind of family. So we usually have rice or potatoes with our meal. 2 chicken strips doesn't sound like a lot to some, but it is the perfect amount for us. Okay, so I just put them in the bag, and now I'm going to vacuum some these up. It's really gross, but it's so much cheaper to buy your food in bulk and divvy it up on your own and freeze it, from what I have, from what I've seen. Security to me is not going through 2020 in fear, not dealing with that all over again. I am somebody who has anxiety, and boy, did that really push every single one of my insecurity buttons. Not knowing if there's going to be things on the shelves for us to buy, to even make. And now with everyone talking about food shortages, and it's just crazy, and there's famines going on, and the weather has been crazy, and it has just made a big difference. It has made a big difference in how I think about what my family needs and what's important for me to prioritize. Chicken vacuum sealed up, and it looks like we will have 7 meals from our chicken tenderloins. We have thighs and breast yet to go, and I did buy 4 whole roasting chickens. So all of this is about to go into that freezer. Now we got to do thighs. Thighs are not something that we normally eat on our day-to-day menu, but they are a really good price. 10 breasts for $5.70. Not breasts, thighs, excuse me. And I figured this would make a really good pot pie filling if I'm making chicken and Amish noodles. These thighs are pretty hefty, so I actually decided last minute to put 6 of them in this one, because I can make all of my pot pie fillings and all that kind of stuff at one time. And yeah, look how big those are. This is pretty hefty. Some good meals right here. So I bought this little paper towel holder, and I think it works really good holding on my vacuum bags. So I bought these chicken breasts on sale as well, $17.58 for close to 6 pounds, 5.90 again. And we are just going to put, let's see how many we got. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So first off, let's see how many will fit in these bags. And then I'll know for sure. Because the bags are pre-cut, just cut them. Let's put the seal on it. But I am pretty happy that all this yucky stuff is almost done. It will be interesting, very interesting, to see how I do when we finally get our land and I'm butchering my own chickens. Lord help us all. These are some big old breasts. And just like that, we're all done. And so this is what $300 worth of meat looks like in the freezer. Now I will put these in individual bags and put beef with beef, pork with pork, chicken with chicken. But right now I just want to get them in here because it did take over an hour for me to get all of this vacuum sealed. Now let's clean up this mess. So I just wanted to give you a big thank you and a shout out to all the people who comment on my page, on my YouTube page. I appreciate it so much. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time I upload. Bye for now.